It is a beautiful day in Hammonton, New Jersey, and we're here at Kennedy Cellars Wine for another episode of Alexis Drinks. Let's get to it. Hey, and welcome back to another Alexis Drinks episode. This one's really exciting for me because we are at our first winery. And New Jersey is home to so many amazing wineries. Really excited to be talking about one of the newest tasting rooms, but you guys have been here a minute. It's Kennedy Cellars down in Hammonton. I'm here with Jack, the owner.
Jack Kennedy.
Holly,
thank you, Alexis.
Thank you. Holly and Vince, who are in the wine school and wine production side. Holly, what do you do?
I run the wine school, which is also located here, and I also help Vince on the commercial production side of Kennedy Cellars.
Yeah, so Vince, you're the winemaker?
I'm a winemaker on the commercial side,
right,
with her help.
Excellent.
She's a very big help to me. And also keeping things running as well.
Excellent.
So I was trained on all the equipment, the designs and stuff. So I have like two roles.
Excellent. And that's the exciting thing about Kennedy Cellars, is that you guys are originally a wine school.
Correct.
And that is formed under?
So Kennedy Cellars is the parent company. We have two licenses. We have an instructional winemaking facility license where people come, they make their own wine, put their label on it and take it home, and they're making their own wine.
Right.
That Holly runs the wine school, and we also have the retail winery where people can come and experience wines that we've crafted here with our winemaker, Vince Perla, and Holly as well, in the retail winery.
Right, and so what are we drinking?
We are drinking, and I'm going to let the winemaker and the winemaker
It smells real good.
Talk about what we're drinking. I'm going to tell you what it is. It looks like water.
Yes.
Don't let that fool you. This is actually white Pinotage, which is a red grape from South Africa that we source from South Africa. And I'm going to let Vince talk about the white Pinotage, and Holly as well, and what the inspiration was behind this.
Yeah, well, this is 100% Pinotage, and for those of you who aren't familiar with Pinotage, it's a grape that's native to South Africa.
Okay.
So in 1925,
we'll get the Kennedy
it was
Cellars in there.
developed at the University of Stellenbosch. It's a cross between Pinot Noir and Cinsault.
Never
Cinsault's
heard
a
of
grape.
Cinsault, don't even know.
So it's native to the south of France.
Okay.
However, it's known as Hermitage in South Africa.
Oh, hence the Taj.
Exactly.
Aha.
Exactly. So Pinotage, Pinot Noir, and Cinsault, but Hermitage in South Africa.
Okay.
So it's a Vitis vinifera grape, 100%, because both parents are from that grapevine species. That's what a crossing stands for. But
We're
anyway.
having a whole new vocabulary here because we have been doing beer.
Okay.
So this is really exciting for me and hopefully for our viewers to get a whole new
little
dictionary
science
going on.
little science lesson. But aside from all of that, Pinotage does originate from South Africa and is almost exclusively grown in South Africa.
Okay.
Almost. So we do import our grapes from there. We also import from California and from Chile as well, and we do source locally, from New Jersey, which you guys will get to check out in a little bit. But back to Pinotage, this is our white version. So we process it like a white wine, and we create this this version of it, which is completely different than our red version.
Right, which is what's in the barrel. So when I pointed to the Pinotage, ignore this, it's just the word.
So what we did was we crushed and pressed these grapes, right off the bat, and then it goes through a white wine processing system. So what you guys are seeing and tasting right now is something very young. It's not even finished with its processing at this point.
That's really cool. I like that, that you can drink a wine, multiple parts of its stages and see, where it's at, where it's going. This is very tart to me. Is that like normal? Is that the right word? Tart. I like it.
Because of the fruits. We obviously we'll put wines through a malactic fermentation if appropriate, like the red versions, because we want to change the malic acids very tart to lactic acid by use of a bacteria. So in our white wines, other than Chardonnay, we typically discourage the malactic fermentation to keep that Granny Smith tartness on there.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. It's like a...
So on our red wines, of course, are barrel aged and stuff, and people think, well, how can you make a white wine out of a red grape? And if you take a grape and you squeeze it, the juice inside is clear. It's the skin that we have to address.
Right.
So, the white Pinotage, the rosé version of Pinotage and Pinotage is her idea. And so it's her inspiration, and I just said, okay, if you want to go, let's do it.
All right.
So she got real creative and organized us doing it. I give her most of the credit for this white Pinotage.
Oh no, he's too kind. He's too kind.
It was her idea. So I said, okay,
Nice.
it's nice to have a much younger winemaker, because then older winemakers get stuck in their own.
Right. So that fresh ideas that listen,
great.
I love being like, having a woman in production and being like, I did this thing and it's amazing, because, sometimes we don't get our credit, so awesome. That's fantastic. And this is, when will we be able to drink this normally?
When Vince says it's ready.
Typically,
There's times when we think it's ready, but Vince says not ready, not ready.
Holly and I, we have one of our sales guys, so also sommelier. So, we'll. It's nice to have a bunch of palettes to say, okay, it's ready, and then we'll bottle. I would probably say like February. Because this is a spring wine.
So this is something to wait for, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, you can't have it yet.
But the reds are longer.
Yeah.
And with the reds, typically, even after they're bottled, her and I have to release it. So because you have bottle shop and bottle time.
Right.
So her and I will go over and say, okay, you guys can sell this now.
Yeah. Excellent. And Jack, and how did you get into this? How did this come about?
All right, I'm going to make a long story short.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, we can talk more, when we taste some of the wines that you can buy today.
Okay, so 2004, I had started my own investment firm, and after 5 months into it, I decided to get on a motorcycle to relax. Had a bad accident and went over the handlebars and severed my left vertebral artery. I had 3 strokes, and after 8 months of brutal recovery, my neurologist said, look, I can't put you on another blood pressure medication because I was already on 3. He said, I'm going to write you a prescription for a glass of red wine every night. And
I want that doctor. How do I get that doctor?
Yeah. He said we're going to do something organic. Yeah, I'll introduce you.
We're going to find his name later. It's going to be great.
So I'm a beer drinker. I never drank wine. So yeah, exactly. We need beer.
Come on.
I'm a beer guy. I'm not a wine guy. Come on. So I started making wine. I did the math. It was $10 every night for 2 glasses, one for my wife, one for myself. And
I think you bought your wife a prescription too.
Yeah, I gave her the prescription. She had to join me. She's like, what? Wine? We were kind of like, ugh. All right, we had to do this every night.
Wine.
Yeah, so it was $10 per night, so 365 days, $3,650 in 10 years, that's $36,500 per prescription. I'm like, there is no way I'm going to spend this kind of money. I'll make my own wine. So I started making wine at home for 3 years. We finally did 3 barrels in my basement, kind of destroyed the basement, and my wife said, enough's enough, you're not making wine here anymore. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I was coaching my son in Little League, and they said, there's a wine school in Hammonton, New Jersey, it's called Gino School of Wine. So I came here, I met Vince, I met Nikki, and fell in love with these guys, and they taught me more about wine than I could ever know. And I was blessed to make wine as a student here for about 6 years. And then the opportunity came to purchase the wine school. And to be in business with Vince, Nick, Holly recently had joined the wine school. We went out to dinner and we had a few drinks, presented the vision of
some prescription.
Yeah, prescription. Couple
Following the doctor's orders.
Full disclosure, Vince had martinis. We had wine. We had wine. So we discussed it and said, look, I want the wine school to go to a new level, and we want to create a retail winery where we find some of the best grapes in the world, bring them to Hammonton, New Jersey, and produce amazing wines that people maybe wouldn't have the opportunity to experience elsewhere, like Pinotage.
All right, that's excellent. I mean, what I love about that, and again, because our base is beer drinkers, there is so often a story of a home brewer whose partner or who himself or herself decided, I can't keep doing this in my garage. I'm just gonna take it to that commercial level. So it's cool for our first winery to hear exactly.
I got kicked out of the house, and that brought me here.
It happens. It happens.
And you know, it's first who, then what, as Jim Collins says in Good to Great. And seeing the right people to be in business with that equally share a passion individually but collectively to produce amazing outcomes. And I think the greatest reward for me is when I'm out there in the tasting room and people say, wow, you know, and that is what happens. Every single grape goes into that barrel, and that's the mother's womb, right?
Yeah.
So it's being nurtured for, you know, sometimes multiple years, and then when it's released, it's powerful. So I'm blessed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, then with that, I think we're going to wrap up this section and get on to tasting the wines that people can buy right now.
Excellent.
We're going to
Let's
do a
that.
great tasting in the tasting room. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys. In the Kennedy School of Wine. We're here with Nancy, who's a longtime student, and who I just heard, give it to Nancy, she'll drink anything, which means she is my soul sister. So Nancy, what brought you to Kennedy, and why do you keep coming back?
I actually got roped in from some friends that are involved with me in real estate, and we came down and we did our first barrel, and this has really become family to me. I can't say enough about Kennedy. Jack and I have become friends over the past couple of years, and you know, we come down. This is about my 6th barrel that we just barreled today.
Okay.
And it's, you tell me.
Well, I mean, I think it's delicious. And what is it that we're drinking?
What we're doing is we're doing a 1-year Pinotage.
Okay.
And that's what we bottled today. It's a blend. And I get so many compliments from anybody that opens a bottle with me. And I think Jack tried it today and can honestly say.
So you know, we were in the retail tasting area. When you come to the wine school, you get dirty, and you wear red. You wear red because you're gonna get dirty. You're gonna crush grapes. You're gonna make wine. Nancy's been making wine with us since I started the School of Wine, and she's one of my favorites. She's an awesome customer. So thank you, Nancy, for making wine here and being part of the Kennedy Cellars family.
Part of the family.
And Alexis and our camera crew. You guys are part of the family now too.
So you come to Kennedy Wine School or Kennedy Wine Cellars and you just become part of the family, and that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we're all family, so welcome.
Right. Cheers.
Salute.
Cheers.
Thank you. Salute. And we are back. Thank you so much, guys, for that tour of your space. We're now in the tasting room of the retail side of Kennedy Cellars. So, and we're drinking.
Of course. Of course.
Why not?
We are always drinking here.
Now, and this is wine that we can get right now.
Yes.
At the tasting room.
Yes, it's available now. This here it's a white wine.
Unlike the white Pinotage, which is a red grape made white.
We're starting with Alexis basics.
It's a Chardonnay. It's our Chardonnay. It's our barrel-aged Chardonnay. And the grapes come from Chile.
Okay.
So like we were saying before, we source our grapes from several different wine regions around the globe. These grapes do come from Chile. So we process this in the spring, in May, because in the southern hemisphere, it's flip-flopped with the northern hemisphere.
Okay.
So our harvest typically is, August through October, November. Southern hemisphere is the opposite. So it's springtime. So
Right.
we're actually processing 2 harvests a year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Go global, and you can drink all year round.
Yeah.
That's why we go global.
So this is our barrel-aged Chardonnay. You're going to find that you get lots of baked apple on here, some pineapple. With bottle age, you're getting mango. It's going to come through with ripe, juicy mango.
So, like, how long do we bottle age that for some mango?
About 2-3 years.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of patience.
No one has patience. No one will ever taste the mango because it's not going to last
You're
that
just
long.
going to believe
Yeah.
us. There's
Yeah.
mango in a couple of years, but
If you-
just drink it now.
If you know someone that has patience,
Right. Give it to that person.
give it to that person. Yeah.
You can pick it up a little bit now, but it's more of like an underripe mango. When you cut it, it's still a little crunchy almost, But that will develop over time in some bottle age. So that's
Okay.
I mean, if you're a fan of mango, maybe that will help you to age it and
There you
store
go.
it because you're waiting, you're anticipating
Right,
that.
like the mango.
Yeah.
The mango will come. I don't know, just throw some dried mangoes in here, though. And
There you go. It's done. I like that. I
his
like that.
head just
Well,
exploded.
Yeah, go right to the finish line. Yeah.
There's a fantastic white sangria recipe that you make with Viognier. Actually, I mean, you could use any white wine, but we use Viognier, and you put mango and mint in there, and it's delicious.
Okay, so I'm coming back for that. It's like, when is that happening?
Well, that can happen in your home, right?
Okay, I like that. Take the
All
power
right.
into your own hands.
Someone
Alexis.
run out, get mango and mint, and
Yeah,
let's make that happen right now.
Yay.
Yeah. But I could see. I mean, I don't know if I would put this wine as a sangria because the fruit is so pure that I wouldn't want to tweak it at all, or
Right,
But perhaps a Pinot Grigio,
Okay.
or like a Viognier,
Yes. Viognier. That sounds like fun to say. I have no idea what it is.
It's a grape. It's a grape, and it's French. It's a French, because the French love to, get us with their pronunciation. Viognier.
Viognier.
Yeah.
No, I like that. Okay. Is that a grape that you guys think you would work with or have worked with?
We've worked with it on our wine school.
Okay.
So,
See,
yeah.
that's where it gets you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but you never know. I mean, we can get that from California or Chile, and in our experience, the ones from Chile do very, very well, and they
Yeah.
ship well, also just like Chardonnay. And you can barrel age Viognier, as a matter of fact. We've done that before, and it really it can hold up. It's almost like a red drinker's white because it has lower acidity on there, and it sits heavier on the palate.
Okay.
So it's a good bridge wine for red and white drinkers.
Bridge wine. That's
Yeah.
a cool word. I like that.
That just
I like that
happened, just
concept.
happened.
Bridge wines. Love
One
it.
of the things that they're featuring now is sort of a niche wine is the Albarino.
Yes.
I love Albarino.
So we got to taste it when we go in there.
Yes,
You got to
right.
taste that. Alexis.
Sorry, you have to taste it.
Yeah, we're going to taste Albarino. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, and those grapes come from California. So, as you know, Albarino originates from Spain.
Okay.
But we don't source from Spain, unfortunately, not yet. But
Working on it, Spain.
Yeah,
We're coming for you.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite countries
That's
to
right.
Yeah.
drink. Oh my God, I love Spain.
Hasta pronto, Spain.
But yeah, so those Albarino grapes come from California,
Great.
from Lodi.
Excellent. Awesome.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah,
See, this is
awesome.
my problem. I'm already ready.
All right,
for
we're
our
ready for next one.
For the next one, which one of these are we taking?
All right, so the next one is going to be our heart, which is the Cordesse.
Oh yes.
Which means heart of the East.
Oh, I'm so excited. Which one is it?
It's this one.
Okay. I love a Cordeste. It is.
Show the label.
Yes.
This is our crest.
Cordeste. And you'll see that there's a little map of New Jersey on the back showing the region, the outer coastal plains, where it was grown.
Right. So, since this is your first winery, you probably already know this, but I'll give you a little history.
Yes, love it.
Cordesse means heart of the East. So years ago, a group of winemakers from the region got together and they wanted to showcase the region. And because the topography is very similar to Bordeaux, it's just sort of flip-flop. they figured, let's use Bordeaux-style varietals and blend it with Chambourcin.
Oh,
Chambourcin.
That's a Jersey wine.
Is
Oh,
it-
grape,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, it's a Jersey
yeah,
grape.
thing.
East Coast grape because it's actually a French-American hybrid. And what that allows it to do is grow in these conditions. So, California gets 360 days of sunlight. Jersey gets 180 days of sunlight. And lots of wind, lots of rain. So Chambourcin is a grape that will do well in our terroir.
Okay.
So they wanted to showcase Chambourcin, and they said you can blend it with. Chambourcin has to be the largest proportion in the wine. However, you can use any other Bordeaux varietal. So that means Cabernet Merlot, Cabernet Franc, Malbec, Carmenere to a lesser extent. It was an original Bordeaux varietal.
I heard words I understood. Love it.
And this is our very first Cordest that we made. 2018 is the vintage on here. We sourced our Chambourcin from Monroeville.
Okay.
And we blended it with Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc.
Nice. Excellent.
So I love this wine. I am so happy with the way this came out. It's medium bodied. You have layers of complexity on here. Lots of red fruit, but some black fruit on there as well. Pepper and spice. I've had this with Indian food. It goes fantastic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't overpower the spice in it. So it's one of my favorite wines because it's so versatile and it's local.
Yeah. Well, that's, as our viewers know, I do love local. And so Cordest is one of those, the few wines that I know, right, is like a Cordest because I drink a crap ton of Jersey wine, and I know that it's like almost every Jersey winery you can get a Cordest because it is our wine. Yeah. And I love that. And this is
it's our signature.
phenomenal.
Well, salute.
Salute. Thank you guys so much for having me out.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Thank you. Yeah,
Perfect.
this is And I love Chambourcin. I like again. I know that that's one of our grapes, right? Like we have a couple of grapes that grow naturally here. That's not so bad. Like Niagara, right?
Yeah.
One of them, Chambourcin.
Yeah, it's the hybrids that do very well because they're more hardy.
Okay.
You can grow.
You need to be hardy to survive in Jersey.
Yeah. But of course you can grow Vitis vinifera varietals like Cabernet, Merlot, Chardonnay, Syrah, Cab Franc does extremely well in this region. But they really wanted to showcase Chambourcin.
Yeah.
So, and Vince does a phenomenal job with Chambourcin.
Yeah.
It's like, he's just a fantastic winemaker. And, we're also grateful. Well, I'm so grateful to be able to learn from him every day.
Yeah, well, and that's what's so exciting about having, the tasting room open, is that you don't necessarily have to just be at the wine school to be tasting the amazing wines that you guys are making here at Kennedy. Like, that's like the exciting part of your vision. Someone can fulfill their doctor's prescription.
Yeah. Thank you,
without
Doc.
having to make it on their own. I know. I'm loving that story.
Yes.
And now, someone who is not on screen right now, who I wanted to grab, but I don't see her, is your daughter is here, right? So this is a family
Reagan.
affair.
Oh my God. Hang on, I'm gonna go get Reagan.
Right.
Be right back.
While he does that, let's pour another one.
Okay.
We got just a couple minutes left, and we can.
Sure. So the next two wines,
Oh, you're like drinking responsibly, and I am not.
I still have to work today.
Okay.
So the next one is our Pinotage.
Ooh, the red one.
The red Pinotage.
Okay, we're pulling it all together. Love
So
it.
this is our 2018 Pinotage, which we only have a few bottles of left.
Okay.
We're actually getting ready to bottle our 2019 Pinotage
Okay.
soon.
So that what we saw on the bottles won't get bottled for another year.
Yeah,
But
so
barrels.
So we're getting ready to process to bottle our 2019 Pinotage, and then we have our 2020 and 2021 Pinotage in barrel.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of Pinotage coming down the road.
Yeah.
We're good.
We're breaking things. It's fine. Keep rolling. It's going to be great. This is Pinotage.
Yes. The glass got really excited.
Yes. Yes, I know what's going on now. So this is what happens when you leave the skins on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So this is traditional red wine, traditional Pinotage, barrel aged for 18 months in American oak.
Okay.
So we almost exclusively use American oak here at Kennedy Cellars. We do have a little bit of French and Hungarian oak, but our Pinotage sees 100% American oak.
Nice, excellent. I feel like that's a thing. And what are we tasting?
Well, what are you tasting?
Oh no, I'm a bad taster. They all know this. I taste wine.
Okay.
I feel like it's more tart than the Cordest.
Okay.
Is that a thing?
Well, that's so it does have good acidity.
Okay.
So it's
acidity.
yes. So that's what drives the wine. That's what can allow a wine to age.
Okay.
Is the acidity. So Pinotage, I mean, you could very easily say that it has medium plus to high acidity, depending on the vintage. You know, how much acidity is retained in the grape.
Yeah.
So yes, but it also has more dark fruit
Okay.
than the Cordest. The Cordest has a little bit more red fruit and spice, like pepper.
Right. We're trying to get Reagan. I don't know if we're gonna make it. We're gonna go over. It's gonna be great. My director says it's fine. We're trying to embarrass the heck out of Jack's kid, which is, I think, a beautiful thing about
A family business.
a family business.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've worked for my dad, and I've gone around with my mom. She used to be an elected official, and she would trot me out, we're gonna go on a campaign, So being embarrassed by your parents and their place of work is, I think, a rite of passage.
Yeah.
But
she's up for the challenge.
Yeah. So, this is delicious, though.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. So you said more peppery?
No, on the Cordest.
On the Cordest,
I get more
okay.
pepper from the Cordest,
Yes. See,
which
again,
makes sense
not a good
because
taster.
Chamberson and Cab Franc do give pepper, as one of their signatures. I'll get more black fruit, blackberry on here, some sour cherry notes on here.
Okay.
On the
all
back end.
right. Yes, that's maybe when I say tart, that's probably what I mean, because I don't know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
slight orange peel.
Come on, Ray.
But, okay. So we are in a working winery, and there are people who are trying to get their jobs done, and we are
All right, so
keeping them. But this is Reagan.
hang on one second. What do you need?
I just need a little taste of Pinot Grigio blend.
All right, so anyway, we need a taste of Pinot Grigio blend. In the winery, there's nothing going to happen without someone needing wine, so we need wine.
But so this is Reagan.
This is my daughter, Reagan. So Reagan, show your hands.
Oh.
Reagan is working, preparing food for today's customers.
Yes.
What are you preparing?
Cheese boards, hummus platters, dolcetto platters.
Oh,
All the good stuff. Dolcetto.
Dolcetto. Oh, that means sweets, right? That means okay.
Cake, cupcakes.
Right.
Danny, who's not here today, Robert,
Right.
he's been mentoring her, and he's been so patient in really guiding her to the customer experience of platters and wine and pairing. It's been exciting.
So, and that is a great note on which to end. Come to Kennedy Wine Cellars, drink some amazing wines from all over the world, and have some really great food made here by Reagan.
By Reagan.
By Reagan, my favorite.
Well, thanks, guys.
Wait, hang on. Taylor, Jack, she's my favorite today. I have two other kids. Love you, sweetie.
I love you.
Thanks, guys. Stay tuned for more Alexis drinks. Like us, subscribe, all the things. We'll see you later.